Moodtrix talks about criticism. Now, one thing you have to understand is that criticism does hurt. It hurts to a certain degree. But the whole time I was in the Arrow, the animation rap league, my biggest thing is that I couldn't take criticism. Now, some fans of my channel may say that I was actually playing off the establishment, lately that they should maybe mid-tier with Loki. My problem worked like this. My problem worked like this, Lily. I had, a good, first round, Lily, where I beat somebody, but Lily, I was unprepared. My mic wasn't 100% ready. It was the same rank, so I chose a mid-tier. Literally, what happened was an almighty debate of Law and Order became my channel. Because the original recording of me and Sabo went like this. I had some volcano punch sides that were some of the best in the ARO, but they weren't consistent. But every time I did hit, in my head, it was rewarded 100%. The judges gratified me by saying, "Get this nigga, yo!" Said we both did good. Now, when it came to the comments, really slightly controversial because really what happened to the majority of the comments, they said that Sabo murked me flat out. But then as you kept on reading, they said that they both went hard because of how the match went. What happened was really I got in my core area, really started attacking his character, but then ventured off for a little bit. Still had a collateral impact. Sabo hit me punchline after punchline. What happened was there was an echo at the end, literally flat out, literally as an adult saying that I won. Because everything that I orchestrated was more consistent, and his verses are like, "Oh, go low, they rise up" to surprise an actual human being. They're not actual human beings' five senses. So in reality, it was a tie. The battle was ended online. Now let me get to the core of why criticism hurts. And let me get NASA's involvement. Seriously, what makes criticism is somebody having one complete thought. Now that shit fucks up in domestic violence because somebody has one complete thought. Someone calls out the outside. Like if Chris and Mr. Pedro watch my video. The moment something turns off, really when something flows for a while, they're going to call it out. Now, as I moved on over time, was I recognized if you stop where you're ahead, if you recognize where a blank spot is, that's kind of a pedophile. Because who is this perfect person, Lily, that's so much of a facade, interrupts with the natural flow of a human being? Like I said, you can jump the gun, Lily, at the beginning of the video, or you can keep listening and wonder why you're mad. Now, this is going to turn out good because what happened was over time, what criticism is somebody, overlapping something in order for you to recognize that it could be better, but what makes it a debate is one whole thought. Someone puts their whole effort into something somebody maybe raised differently. The main point of criticism, Lily, is instead of doing something that's subjective, Lily, you're doing something that everybody likes. So let's get to, Lily, a great aspect of ARO. A big confession on my channel. Started, making, music beats for Cypress. I started picking, songs that, nobody would like, in particular, people like Sabo come from Florida and Philly Boy coming from Philadelphia. What happened was, literally, since I come from the Bay Area, they had universal beats. Me and Joe were in the car, literally. So what happened was, I picked a beat, from, I think his name was Bruce. What happened was, literally, it was kind of a T-Pain beat, but it was really watered down. And what happened was, literally, it was kind of a techno beat, literally, but it was fast-paced. Anyway, the beat was straightforward, and Sabo said he wasn't feeling it. What Joey said, literally, was, "I don't like this beat, literally, how about this beat, literally?" And what happened was, I kept on trying to pick beats, and nobody liked it. And then I picked the beat down straight up from the Bay Area, Elijah Moon. And then Ace Hood was literally like, "Riz, what are you thinking?" And, my area, literally, it has basically, it slaps is party music, literally, for fucking bitches. It comes with a gun, and that's a big contradiction. What Joey picked was he picked an ugly beat that was like Kodak Black and everything. Literally, that was universal for everybody. That's a social principle. Doing something, for everybody, literally, that is universal. Like, nobody's gonna disagree with a trap beat. What I recognized over time as a grown man is somebody ignored something amazing in order to do that. This is when criticism really kicks in, where it comes to ARO, because I heard Joey literally in his head, when he talked to me saying that he's been rapping for 5 years while I just entered the ARO. When he started, music, it was all bad and it was whack. So literally, the voice of God got in my head. He's all like, "Do you want to be like Joey? Do you want to do all that social pain in order to get away with something extremely straightforward as rapping?" Sometimes it might not turn out, good on the inside, but, it will give you a universal principle. You can always have something straightforward. You can always have a straightforward, thing with the ARO. So you want to listen to this white guy literally fucking, trying too hard to fit into 5 years, that finally made it, that has a universal flow principle? You want to be like me, like, pick your options open. You could be in the radio eventually someday. And that's the truth. That's the cold hard truth for this video. It's way more complex than that. What Joey does is he gets on stage, literally, some people, attack him on the inside like his mother, literally, as soon as he gets home, hides behind Eric Digimon, like he makes a song, literally, on his craft and nothing changes, literally, in his personality. There's a lot of problems like that, but literally, let's get to why, people can't really get to me because I learned how to criticize myself before entering. Let's get to the extra, aspect of this video. because of me and my brother Chris. Now, what happened was, literally, unlike, most people who have autism, I have Asperger's. What ended up happening was I actually was able to match Chris's music. He played Peaches and Cream and Video Bixby, and then later on, when I started downloading music on my own, I downloaded Yellow Card, Shrink the World, literally, and it went like this, literally. It was a beautiful rock song, and then I'm all like, hey, just let me listen to my music. These are my songs. Literally, he's all like, you do realize who you're talking to, right? I caught him off guard, and then I downloaded, not Eminem, but Deep Trouble, Get My Gun, and I fuck with Chris, like, hey, Chris, I'm gonna get my gun. He's like, what? Chris doesn't have older brother intuition, but is the older brother in terms of thinking. And I learned later, literally, the full truth, literally, at Alpha Omega, that Captain was there spying on me the entire time with another Norte. Like, do you like this music? That's what's wrong in this world. You get hella shit. You recognize that it was straightforward the whole time.